The Baby Race of Toronto. In 1926, Toronto's most eccentric millionaire, Charles Vance Miller, died with no known heirs. A prankster in life, a lawyer by trade, and a man who loved exposing human greed, but it was his will that would become his final, most outrageous trick. In the document was a clause that changed the lives of an entire city. Whoever gave birth to the most children in Toronto over the next 10 years would inherit the bulk of his fortune. People thought it was a joke, a league of farce. But it wasn't. The Great Depression loomed over Canada. Desperate times met a bizarre opportunity. Word of the will spread. Some scoffed, others, well, they started planning. For the next decade, dozens of women began having as many children as they could, treating childbirth like a long-distance sport. Toronto's newspapers tracked the leading contenders. The public had favorites. There were nicknames, there were scandals. The moral panic didn't take long. Clergy called it obscene. Politicians wanted it stopped. Social reformers worried that poor women were being exploited by desperate, breeding children they couldn't afford to feed for the sake of a potential payout. But Miller's will held up in court. Year after year, babies were born into poverty, into competition, into headlines. Some women sought out sponsorships, treating childbirth like a campaign. Others accused rivals of cheating. Twins were questioned. Stillbirths became legal arguments. A court was even asked whether all babies should count the same, and whether unwed mothers were eligible. Finally, in 1936, the 10 years were up. Miller's investments had grown to nearly $750,000 Canadian dollars, roughly $15 million today. 4 women had each given birth to 9 children. They were declared co-winners. Each received $125,000. 2 mothers were given smaller settlements. Their cases complicated by legal gray zones of illegitimacy. The race was over. Children grew up, never fully understanding why they were born. Others bore the weight of being part of a public contest, their lives defined by a man they never met. But the families, once dirt poor, had a shot at a better future. Charles Vance Miller exposed society's desperation, hypocrisy, and greed. With nothing more than a will, a fountain pen, and an outrageous sense of humor,